Hello, Soul Seeker. Significant change is in the air and on the cards for November 2024. I'm giving you the heads up because chances are you are going to potentially resist this change. Now, the change is a good thing. It is significant in your life if you want to leverage and do something more, do something better, have a new revelation, get a new partner, have a new job experience, whatever it is that you want. I'm going to suggest that whatever it is for you, that you acknowledge the resistance that you're putting up in front of it. Now, sometimes this can look like you are working so hard to get somewhere. You are working so hard on a project that you believe is the right thing to do, and it's just not coming together. You're hitting yourself against a brick wall. Boom, boom, boom. It's just not the path. That is the resistance. That is either a sign to overcome something in your subconscious mind or a sign to go the other way. Or maybe there's something else, but generally it's definitely a sign to take a new direction. So today I'm going to pull some more cards. This is the first message that we got for November 2024. We're using the tarot as a portal into the cosmos to understand what to expect as an energy overall for the month of November 2024. Bear with me while we get the first message that we all need to hear as a collective, because we are all connected as one, right? We are all connected as one energy in our universe. Now I'm getting the Ace of Swords. Now this is a card that is showing us that it is time to be aware of that out of the blue idea. Now this is linked to the change, because change doesn't happen without an idea, does it? It doesn't happen without a decision. So this is relevant, and I'm so sure this came up last month as well, funnily enough. And the next thing we need to do is get super clear on our values. Now, it is time for you to either be a mentor or find a mentor. We all need to connect together to actually help this world to be a better place. So whether you have the skills to help others to up their game, or whether you feel that you could do with it some assistance to pump up the volume that you're putting out into the world, now is the time. Now, November feels like a really funny time to do this, I know, yet it actually is the best time because you're going to start it. What it feels like is many people have been in what they would call an etheric battle. Like there's a lot of exhaustion going on and people wondering, do they carry on in this direction or not? I'm going to say not. To a large degree, there is a shift for everyone to take. Now, November is not the start of a year, but it's a good time to get your ducks in a row for the new year. This is when you've got time to do research and start the ball rolling for you in the 2025 new year in a way that actually will be able to kickstart immediately without you having to do the research that you can do right now. So November is a time to reset, you could say, reset where you're at. And if you want help to reset, obviously this is something that I do with my clients, is help them to reset into a new direction of life, whether that be finding their soul's mission, or whether it's starting a soul-aligned business, or simply having a tarot reading to get some directional input on what's the best port of call. Now, what I've pulled here is the dreaded Seven of Swords. This is often a time of betrayal, but fear not, because this is actually more about your personal betrayal. It's really helping you to reflect on what elements of yourself are you not attending to. Like when we look outside into the big wide world and we see these things happening and we react, we have triggers to other people and other circumstances, and we have these opinions about what's going wrong and what should be done and who should do this and what they should. It's just never ending, isn't it? But take those moments and look at them and reflect on it. If it is somebody who is treating you in a way that is dismissive and you just feel that people of the world are just not looking after each other and not being kind, what is it about that experience that you personally relate to about yourself? So here's an easy example. If people are not respecting you, ask yourself, are you respecting yourself? If people are not supporting you, loving you, valuing you, are you loving yourself, supporting yourself, and valuing yourself? Because whatever is going on inside of ourselves is going to be mimicked in our external reality. We have the power of that creation, and it is the only thing we really do have the power of. So I ask you to challenge yourself, to look at the resistance of this change. And it's very highly likely this change will come into play in a way that you need to collaborate with others. It's time to connect, in some cases more as a community, other people more with affiliate marketing, or other people more with helping each other out financially and getting a leg up in business through association, or connecting businesses together to share your databases and your marketing experience, or all sorts of experience, combining your experiences to boost everybody rather than being selfishly focused on your one ambition. There's so much fulfillment in sharing your gifts, and not only that, when you realize that what you've been doing naturally is actually a gift that can help others, well, my friend, there's a little bit of a clue as to what else you might be able to do if you wanted to change complete direction in your life, right? So we're all about change and recognizing the resistance and choosing to release the resistance by taking a look at ourselves and reflecting at what our inner life might be actually doing unbeknown to our conscious mind, so that we can take a look at it and change it. Change. And then, my friends, what we have are new opportunities. Now, this is a prince in knight in shining armor offering his love to someone, but actually it mimics some opportunity being offered to you that is more emotionally fulfilling. And ain't that the truth of what we need in this life, right? We really need more stuff that is emotionally fulfilling. Like, I literally just created a video just before this one about how to get out of a funk, because so often people find themselves in this funk and it's really hard to know which way to turn, and we get so caught up in the stress and the struggle that we lose connection with our intuition, and our creativity is just zero. It's just gone, right? We just don't have creativity when we're stressed. And how can we create and make new wonderful decisions for ourselves if we are in the stress mode? We can't. So we are encouraging you to be aware that this is a time of taking some responsibility. And when I wrote this, I actually said it, not written it, this video that you can click the link below to watch on 5 steps to get out of a funk. It's actually really important to recognize that before we start going for these egotistical goals that you are more than welcome to have, like the superficial things in life, we must actually get that fulfillment within our heart first. That's the first port of call. We need to shift the basic needs into a evened out space, and then when we've got that emotional fulfillment satisfied by giving it to ourselves, we are at the starting blocks to launch an amazing new stardom direction of your life. Now, I know that might sound a bit unusual, so I just want to explain it again. Often we're so caught up in the things that we should have as a human. I should have a better house. I should have more money. It's embarrassing the car I drive. I want a flashy dress to wear. I want some new shoes to be cool. I want to be seen as having all the hot things right now so that you feel accepted into society. But we have to go back to the basics if we want to get out of a funk. We have to really reset at the core. And in this video, that the link is below, you can find out 5 basic steps to do that. It's actually not as hard as it might sound. And it's just a quick thing you can actually do in one day to reset your entire system. So there you go, guys. Now, the next port of call is to recognize that during this time of change, we are likely to kind of get a bit frustrated or get the pip with life. You know, when we get the pip, we get a bit like, this is not how I want it to go. It's not going to plan. It's not my way. It's not my way. It's the universe's way. So it's a lot about trusting the process for November. Now, what happens if you don't trust the process? What happens if you're just not going to embrace this change? Let me feel into that. Do you know what? I think that you're going to be well encouraged to embrace the change. I really feel that this is what's happening. We're going to be forced to shift, and there will be a lot of people starting their own businesses in 2025, even if it's a little hustle on the side. It's a real time to celebrate who you are and to really understand that you have this gift to share with the world. And I mean, I actually bang on about this a lot with my memberships and my other courses because I believe in this so much. But this is the time. 2025 is rising even more so to encourage people to not only be authentic, but be more transparent and more real with what they are selling and doing as a social media portal, as a product, as a service, rather than it be like an authority versus a client. It is actually more of a real person versus somebody you can serve. Now, there is an interesting thing here when it comes to business. There's a few tweaks that I would encourage soulful business owners to do and to be mindful of. So it is important to build those connections and be very real, but it's also important to maintain boundaries, because when the boundaries are lost, that's when the soulful businesses fall apart. And it is it's a real top tip for anybody wanting to create a soul activated business, is to recognize that you do have to really align with your truth and be authentic and be real and be friendly and be nice. But it's also about doing that for yourself, meaning set boundaries and don't overgive without it coming from a place of sensible, grounded, fair and reasonable logic. So you heard it here first, logic and heart is the key for this change ahead. And some of this change for many people, I'd say 75% of people are going to be making a change that will affect their career so that they can live with a more well-balanced, community-driven life that is completely fulfilled on all levels: family, lifestyle, money, people, connections, and purpose. Having a life with more meaning. So there you have it, guys. November 2024 is really about witnessing the change that's on offer. So take note of those spontaneous thoughts that come into your ideas, into your mind about what you could do differently. And before you null them out as a silly idea, consider them. It may not be that change, but you will have change come to you as an opportunity. Sometimes change is forced through struggle. So if we're struggling, not only is that a point to go into another direction, it's also a sign of resistance. So there's two aspects to consider on a self-improvement level. One, am I going down the wrong path? And two, what is the resistance that's stopping me from going with the flow of what I'm supposed to be doing? Why am I trying to control this with my ego rather than allowing the flow of life and the flow of the universe and the flow of my soul to speak to me and for me to trust that process? And then to really step into it and to, let go of the stress and be the creator that you are. So if you'd like more help with this, you can absolutely contact me for other free content, and you can also join the membership if you choose to for 2025, when we'll be looking into more of this, from how to combine your soul and your passion and your life and your financial rewards all in one basket. That's all from me, guys. We will look forward to seeing you next month with the next energy forecast for the month coming up. Happy November 2024. See you real soon. Bye.